Hello everyone and welcome to Cricketing with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. In today's tutorial, I wanted to show you something really quick and really easy to help you get ready for Father's Day or travel season or whatever. If you're anything like me, you typically take trips in the summertime. Well, this summer is no different. We are ready to get back on the road and ready to travel again. It is also Father's Day that's coming up, so this project that I created in this tutorial could be used in either way. I actually found this little travel bag at, I think I either purchased it from Ross or TJ Maxx. It was one of the two because I went to both of those stores. And when I saw it, I knew this would be the perfect bag for Peter for Father's Day and because we're getting ready to travel soon. I use the new Monogram feature in Cricut Design Space. I also use my Cricut mini press to press the design. I use Stripflock Pro. I don't know if you remember how much I love that stuff in order to put this on this bag. And what am I going to say? I love it. I love the way it turned out. Hopefully you can see just how beautiful it is. This bag was perfect. It is just a canvas bag. I tried to find the plainest bag I could find that didn't have a lot of name tags or anything like that on it. And this one was absolutely perfect. This one was right at about $10, I think. And I just added the Stripflock Pro to it. So if at the end of this video, if you find this tutorial helpful, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. So without further ado, let's look at the materials and look into Cricut Design Space to see how to get this monogram added to the design or the bag of your choice. The materials I'm going to use for this project include my Cricut Explore Air 2. I'm using this canvas bag that I actually purchased from Ross, and I chose this one because it is plain on the side right here, so that gives me plenty of space to place the design. I'm using my Cricut Easy Press Mini for the very first time. It is still unopened. I'm using a green standard grip mat, Stripflock Pro that I purchased from 143 Vinyl. I'm going to use a sheet of parchment paper and my pen weeding tool, also purchased from 143 Vinyl. All of my materials are linked below this video. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. I am in Cricut Design Space and I'm connected to my Cricut Explore Air 2. The first thing I'm going to do is go to Monogram. It's the option Monogram Maker down here on the left. It's the last option on my screen. It is my understanding that Monogram Maker is only available to Cricut Access members. And since I'm a Cricut Access member, I do have the ability to access Monogram Maker. I can see that it's still in beta mode. Here is where I would type in the initials that I'm going to use. And this is where I choose my operation type. Once I look through the different options, I have modern, elegant, handwritten, vintage, and then over here, there are themes that you can choose from. What I'm going to do is type in Peter's initials. And typically when you're doing a monogram, the last name, or the initial of the last name is what goes in the center. So for Peter's name, his first initial is P, of course. His last initial is F, and his middle initial is A. Okay, so I can look at these options to see, if I like any of these or if any of these stand out to me. I kind of like this one, but I'm going to look at the options for elegant and see what I like over here. I think I like this one right here. Let me look at them again. Let me look at the name of it. This one is called Font. This one is Latino Type Wanna Book. And I'm actually going to put a frame around it. So I could do a round frame, or this one that's more of a square shape. I like that one. And I can see that it has rearranged the letters. So I can just, change it up. So here, where they have the letter A, I'm going to change it to where I have the letter A. I'm going to change that to an F. And then here, I'm going to change this to an A. because I want it to look just like that. And so my operation type is actually a cut because I'm going to be cutting this out. I'm going to click add to canvas. The size that is a fair size for the bag that I'm using is right at 3 by 3. So I'm going to just go up here to the width in the top panel. I'm going to change that to 3.0 or 3.0. And I'm not going to adjust the height because I want the ratio to stay locked. So the width is 3.0 and the height is at 3.008, and that's fine with me. I am going to make sure these are attached, and then I'm going to click make it. Okay, because I'm using Stripflock Pro, and Stripflock is also considered as a type of heat transfer vinyl, I know that I need to mirror the design on my mat. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the mirror option. I'm going to click continue. And I am going to choose the Vinyl Plus setting on my Cricut Explore Air 2. The beep you just heard was my heat press turning off. I'll just turn it back on. And if you're using like your Cricut Maker, then you could just use the everyday iron-on, or you could use the glitter iron-on setting. If you do use the everyday iron-on setting, I would just suggest using more pressure. Okay, everything that I'll do from here will be back on the camera. With Stripflock, the thing to remember is that the carrier sheet actually goes on the mat. So when I place this down on my mat, I want to make sure the carrier sheet is what's on the mat. So I'm going to place it down and use my brayer to go over it. Now I did make the mistake of rolling this up because that's how I usually store my vinyl, but hopefully I can get the wrinkles out and it won't be an issue as I am getting this cut. Okay, once again, I have my Explore Air 2 on the Vinyl Plus setting. Okay, so I have the bag here that I purchased, and I didn't take any of the stuffing or the paper out of it that came in the bag. I haven't even removed the tag. And I'm not going to, because this actually adds enough support for me to press the design on the bag. And I'm using my mini press as I stated, and I'm using it on the medium setting. And according to the Cricut website, this is between 300 and 355 degrees. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be adequate. I have the design right here, which is the monogram. I'm going to add a little bit of heat first, just in the area, the general area of where I'm going to place the design. That's what I would do if I was pressing a shirt. Okay, that's plenty. And I am going to get my design placed down. And I'm not measuring this to see if it's centered. I'm going to trust my eyes. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I'm going to put a sheet of parchment paper on top, and I'm probably going to have to move this around to get it pressed, but I'm going to press it. Let me get my timer first. 1 second. Okay, I have my timer set at 15 seconds, and I'm not going to move it around. I'm just going to press it in each area for 15 seconds, and I'm trying to be very consistent with my pressure and keeping the mini press in place. Let me take a look at it. It looks good. I want to press it again. And this time I am going to move it around. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's get closer so we can see the full effect of the flock. And if it's actually, ooh, that looks really good. That looks really, really good. Look at that. Look. Let me let you see it from an angle so you can see the raised look of it. I love this. What am I going to say? I love it. I love it. I love the way this turned out. Okay, so if you found this tutorial helpful, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye.